Picture this. You're going up on stage to give a talk. You have 100 eyes on you. As you get on stage, your heart starts racing, your face starts sweating, and maybe your legs are a little shaky. You've gone through everything 100 times before, but at this moment, you stutter and barely remember a single word. Has this happened to you? You're not alone. As many as 75% of all people experience some degree of stage fright or performance anxiety. So now the question becomes, what can you do about it? You ask this question to any self-help guru out there and they'll say just one thing.
Take a deep
breath in.
Take a deep breath, really, that's all it takes. I was skeptical, so I decided to dig into the literature myself. And boy, did it take me down one crazy rabbit hole. In this video, I'll talk about what I found, from the ancient art of breath control to how it affects your nervous system. But let's start at the beginning and look at why we blank out in the first place. The neuroscience of stress. When you're deeply stressed, like you were on stage, your whole body goes into overdrive. The peculiar thing about the human brain is that it treats almost all stress equally. In our brains, there is no perfectly clean distinction between the physical and the mental. So whether it is the risk of bombing in front of 100 people or a crazy dog chasing you down the alley, a threat is a threat and your brain activates pretty similar networks to process them. It has only one goal, to protect itself, and prepares your body for fight, flight or freeze. If your system decides to escape or engage, your heart starts racing to send blood to all parts of your body. Your sweat pores open up to prevent overheating and your breath becomes fast and shallow to send more oxygen to your muscles. This whole business is controlled by a part of your nervous system known as the sympathetic nervous system. Other times, your system decides to hide and freeze. Some stressors are just too intimidating to fight or too difficult to run away from. So it decides to shut down instead. This is the less known freeze response. And as this sets in, your breath becomes extremely light and shallow, almost at the verge of stopping. Your whole system is trying to hide, so of course it cannot risk making even the slightest of movements or sounds. This shutdown happens when the sympathetic nervous system is highly active and its partner, the parasympathetic nervous system, suddenly kicks into full gear. These two systems don't just awaken during an emergency situation. They are active all the time. One is responsible for activation and movement, the other for relaxation and digestion. We can think of these two systems as the accelerator and brake pedals of your body. They work automatically in conjunction to navigate through this messy world of ours. Now, wouldn't it be cool if we could consciously control these pedals? Be more alert when we want and be more relaxed at command? Well, you actually kind of can, and the key is your breath. You saw that the nervous system controls and varies the depth and rate of breathing depending on the situation. But this relationship, it's a two-way street, which means not only does the nervous system control your breathing, but also that controlling your breath rate can influence your nervous system. Think about it. When a person is going through anxiety or a panic attack, what happens? Their breath becomes uncertain, like they're gasping for air. Or maybe they feel unreal and spaced out. That's the accelerator pedal stuck to the floor. The sympathetic nervous system is running unusually high and the mind is unable to think clearly. That's why doing long, calm, deep breaths really help. You are consciously, manually hitting the brake. It sends a direct signal to your body that things are safe, things are fine, shifting the dominance back towards the parasympathetic side. When you do something like alternate nostril breathing or simple box breathing, it brings down the heart rate and reduces blood pressure. The opposite of that is also possible. Doing fast pranayama like Bhastrika and Kapalbhati shifts things temporarily to the sympathetic side. Similar to how stress can trick your brain into thinking that you're in danger, conscious breathing can trick your brain into breaking out of that trap. All of this really helps in improving your mood and grounding you down. And it doesn't stop there. Research has shown that pranayama can improve your ability to control your attention. That means distractors are less likely to derail you. This further improves mental clarity and helps us respond to stressors in a bit more calm and controlled manner. Experiments have shown that those who practice deep breathing before a public speaking event, they feel much less anxious about the whole experience. Long-term practitioners also respond to stress in a more calm and controlled way. For example, medical students practicing deep breathing meditation reported a decrease in test anxiety in another study done in China. 2 to 3 sessions a week of 15 minutes of deep diaphragmatic breathing over 8 weeks, reduced cortisol in saliva. Now, you must have heard of this cortisol thing. It's a marker of high stress in healthy adults. So you can see how this makes a difference. And to achieve all of this, you don't even have to be a master or spend like 20 to 30 minutes doing deep breathing every day. Regular sessions as short as 5 to 10 minutes can help, especially if you slow down your breathing to around 6 breaths per minute. But make sure that you're following along with an expert, be that a teacher in person, online, or even a YouTube video.
2,
Some kind of guidance has been shown to improve the effects of pranayama, which is difficult for a beginner to experience all by themselves. I don't want you to leave thinking that deep breathing or pranayama are the only way or even the ultimate way to manage stressful situations. Sure, I focused a lot on it today, but there are other techniques out there which are pretty effective too, like CBT or cognitive behavioral therapy to deal with repetitive thoughts, or even regular resistance training which can help you develop better control over your mental chatter. Yes, pranayama is useful, but let it be one of the many tools in your belt to deal with difficult situations. It can have downsides as well, which people don't really talk about, and maybe I'll make another video about it in the future. Now, before you leave, I just want to talk about one more thing. Many charismatic figures claim credit for the awesome, calm, and equanimous feelings you're left with after a pranayama or meditation, as if it is that divine grace that let you feel calm and connected. I think these effects of breathing exercises are partly responsible for the blind guru craze we see in India today. Wouldn't you want to be a little more loyal to such a man who makes you feel in control in a world where everything feels like it's on fire? But remember, it's not the grace of the gurus, but the basics of biology behind these experiences. And I think understanding this can help us navigate the stressors of life just a little bit better and slow down ever so slightly this non-stop wheel of time. So the next time you're feeling a little bit out of control, try to anchor your mind in your breath. It really is one of those places where ancient wisdom meets modern science. Take a few deep breaths in and let it go. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video.